Today, I'm going to be talking about the camera gear that you need to have in your arsenal as a content creator. And I'm covering this topic today because in the past, I have purchased gear that I thought I needed, but actually never helped me to create the content that I wanted to create, whether that was for YouTube or for clients who were paying me. Now, when you're starting out as a content creator, gear is mad expensive, and it can be very difficult to decide what you want to spend your precious money on and what pieces of gear are going to best help you to produce your desired content. And that is why today I'm going to be showing you the most used pieces of gear inside my entire camera arsenal. So my most used piece of gear is a camera, which is kind of obvious because you need a camera in order to take videos and photos and in order to become a content creator. Now, when you're buying your first camera, you need to make sure that it best serves your needs as a content creator or freelancer. Now, there are always two things I look at when buying a camera, and the first is its ability to shoot in 4K resolution. Many companies actually might demand that your video that you're producing for them be shot and delivered in 4K because they'd like to have a very high quality video. Another reason why I like the cameras that shoot 4K is because you're able to crop into the image without losing any resolution, which can help to create more movement in your shot or cover up any mistakes as long as you're delivering the project in full HD. Having the option of shooting 4K will also make you look more attractive to future clients who might want to use you to make videos. Now, the other thing I look at when choosing a new camera is its ability to record in 100 or 120 frames per second. It's not an essential for a content creator to have a camera that can do this, but slowing down your footage can make a huge difference. Firstly, it can make your footage look way more cinematic, and it can also make your footage look a little bit more smooth. And having a camera with slow motion capabilities allows you to offer an extra thing to companies who are looking to use you to create a video. Ultimately, you could go without 100 to 120 frames per second, but it's just something nice to have and to keep in mind when purchasing your first camera. The next piece of gear that I use the most is obviously my lenses. Currently, I'm shooting on one of my favorite lenses, which is the 12 to 60 f2.8 Leica lens for my GH5. This is honestly my go-to lens because it has such a vast range of focal lengths and it has a relatively low aperture of f2.8. I can't stress how important it is to have a zoom lens with a reasonably low aperture because I can tell you right now that I've used it on every single one of my client shoots that I've ever done. In almost every situation, you'll be able to get away with a focal length of about 24 millimeters, and having a nice range between 12 to 60 allows you to capture a lot more footage using that single lens. And if I had to take just one lens to a client shoot, I would definitely go with something like my 12 to 60 f2.8. Next is a gimbal. If you're shooting any form of professional video, whether that's a wedding or a music video, you need to have a gimbal. It's honestly one of my favorite pieces of gear in my bag, and I use it on every single shoot that I can because it allows me to get super cinematic, super smooth shots, which ultimately ups the production quality of my videos. Now, this gimbal was in fact sent to me by Tech, and it's really a great gimbal with a few minor issues. However, if you are to get a gimbal, I would definitely recommend the Ronis S because it is incredibly well built and is honestly one of the best gimbals on the market, and that's why I'm going to be purchasing one for myself very soon. Ultimately, the gimbal goes hand in hand with my camera and my lens almost every single shoot. Next on the list is a good microphone. I currently use the Rode VideoMic Go, and I use it on almost every single shoot when I need to capture audio. It's a semi-professional, pretty cheap microphone that records some really good audio. Now, what I really like about my microphone is its size. It's incredibly small and lightweight and fits really snug inside of my camera bag, which by the way is the Lower Pro ProTactic 450AW. Another thing I really like about my microphone is the fact that it doesn't require a battery. You simply put it on top of your camera, plug it in, and it runs off your camera's battery, meaning that you never ever have to do what I've done before and leave batteries for your microphone behind and then get to a shoot and not have your microphone working. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. The next most used piece of gear are ND filters, and they basically act as sunglasses for your camera. It allows you to keep your shutter speed at 180 degrees, or in other words, having your shutter speed double your frame rate. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any ND filters to show you at the moment because I thought that it would be a great idea to leave them in Amsterdam a couple weeks back, so I only have these small ND filters from Polar Pro for my drone to show you. On a more serious note, I definitely recommend that you buy a good set of ND filters from a company like Polar Pro, because they allow you to keep your shutter speed at double your frame rate, to get that cinematic look, and to easily control your exposure. So if you're starting out as a content creator, I definitely recommend you start by getting a camera and a lens, and then once you've done that, I recommend that you get a good quality microphone so that you can record some crispy professional audio. Once you're comfortable with your gear and you are ready to add something to your arsenal, I recommend that you go and buy yourself a good quality gimbal, because it will ultimately increase the production quality of your videos and it will make you look more attractive to your clients. Lastly, after you've got all of that and you're really good and comfortable with the gear that you already have, I suggest that you go and get some more things like ND filters and hard drives to store your footage, extra lighting and all of that stuff, just to help increase that production quality of your video and ultimately increase your arsenal as a content creator. That's it for today, guys. I'd love it if you would smash that like button and possibly consider subscribing if you are new. I'm going to be uploading a cinematic video from Barcelona in the next few weeks, so definitely hit that notification bell down below so that you don't miss that video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.